I'm going to be talking about my baby nephew and how he changed my life and my family's life for the best. A couple of years ago, my dad was diagnosed with cancer, and about a year ago, he was going through the worst time ever. Like, it seemed like he gave up, he stopped taking medication, and he was in and out of the hospital. And the last time he was in the hospital, the doctor took me and my older brother aside, sat us down, talked to us, and told us it wasn't looking too good for him, that he was not going to make it. So that was the worst news I had, and to make it worse, I had to break it to my family, and like my uncles, my aunts, my mom, my sisters, my brothers. So it was just something that I couldn't do. And it was just like, I sat down with my dad, I talked to him, and I told him what was going on. The doctors gave us two choices: either we take him home and hope for the best, or leave him in the hospital and hope for the best, but his chances of surviving were like 30%. So we sat down with my dad. My dad looked at me and told me, you know what, honestly, do what you gotta do, but if I die, it's okay. You know, it's just God's way of telling me it's time for me to go. So that really broke my heart, and I knew I had to be tough for my family, so I just didn't cry or anything. So when a couple of weeks later, my brother called me and told me his girlfriend was in labor. So I was at the hospital at the time with my father, and I told him, look, I gotta go, she's gonna have the baby, blah blah. And he told me, like, well, tell me, you know, what he is, like what it is, and like how much it weighs. He wanted all the details. So when I got there, I spent the night there at the hospital with my brother and my best friend. So when my nephew was born, I was actually the second person to hold him, which is really cool. And it was just amazing just looking at him. Like, he was just sitting there. I called my dad and I told him, like, look, this is what he looks like. He weighs this much. And I told him everything. And that gave my dad strength. And he told me, I don't want to die. I want to be in this kid's life. So I want to say, 3 days after that, my dad got out of the hospital, started taking his medication. It's been eight months since he's been in the hospital. He's like more than halfway done with chemo. He's doing a lot better. And so the doctor, when we went back, he told me, I really thought your dad was going to die that week, but he ended up not dying. And it's amazing that he's even alive right now. Your dad like survived the worst thing that anybody could do. And a lot of people would say, oh, it's just God, blah blah blah, like, you know, they tell me all these scientific like reasons why he's surviving, but I know it's the love for my nephew that, you know, keeps him alive, keeps him going. I see him every day playing with my nephew, taking him out for walks. You know, he actually was the one that broke my picture frame. He's just full of life, and when you see him with my dad, it's the most amazing thing you could ever see. So I'm happy he was born, and just gave everybody hope and gave everybody strength. And like now, every time I look at this, and like I see that I can do anything, like I can make it through anything. If I have a hard time that I'm going through, I just look at my picture, hang out with my nephew, and everything just seems so much better after that. So that's pretty much it.